Recently, there has been conversation from UFC legends, specifically GSP, of whether or not the UFC should have rounds incorporated in their fights.
You'd like to see change in the UFC.
Rounds. I think they shouldn't be rounds. The reason first why there is round is because when they try to legalize the sport, they use boxing as a model. But if you really want to see who's the best fighter, it should be like the ancient time. Maybe not as bad as the ancient time, but maybe no headbutt and stuff like that. But there shouldn't be any rounds. It should be 15 minutes. I think would make the sport more real, because sometimes you have fights that are influenced because of the rounds. Someone is winning the fight, then he gets saved by the bell, then he comes back and it would not have happened in a real fight.
Yeah, so. No, that was similar to what Khabib was saying as well, in terms of just eliminating rounds, just doing like a straight 15.
Yes,
so
I think that's something that should be done.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, folks, that rounds being incorporated into a fight is what actually makes the fight a sport. Okay, if you do not have rounds, you have practically a street fight with rules that's just not being broken up. The rounds in a fight create strategy for a fighter to consider, because you do have that reset. Okay, that reset is always there, and you cannot just get in a dominant position and just sit there for 10 minutes. Let's not forget, the purpose of sport is to entertain, okay? And not having rounds will make the sport of MMA and the UFC itself so much less entertaining. This is not blood sport. This is not the Kumite, okay? Yes, if a fighter is in a bad position or is about to be finished and the bell saves him, hey, that's just the game. That's why it's entertainment. Now it's up to you and your coaches to create a strategy to get back to that dominant position and finish him in the next round. That's what makes it exciting. That 60-second break allows the fighter not only to get a quick breather, but to receive advice and adjustments from his corner in order to execute and win the fight, which is a very important component of being a fighter. And I don't know what GSP is complaining about or what he's trying to advocate for, because that was a main component of how he won most of his fights, was taking advice from his cornerman, adjusting during the fight, and then executing. All right, you guys think you want a 30-round fight, 1-round fight? No, that will get very boring and very old very fast.